Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to kill that.
I'm sorry, but we just had to kill a mosquito.
That's right. We're back
for a
now.
second. Yeah, we're back.
Hello, everybody.
Bye.
Today we are talking about publishing our game because when you make a game, you should also think about where you're going to end up putting it. And we have some idea already.
Yeah.
But I brought 4 things down, and we're going to get David's ideas on it, and we'll see what we have to do. So these are probably the most important ones, and we'll pick at least one of these. Now, the end goal is you can publish on every
page
or every store you want, but this is going to take extra work, and your software has to be pretty flexible. So since we talked about our software last week, now this will go into play on what we're going to use, because some of these aren't the greatest at, or sometimes they can't actually produce for any of these pieces. So the first one I brought up is the Apple Store, and that's probably the one that David has the least amount of familiarity with. Have you used anything from Apple before?
No.
So have you used anything from an iPad before?
No.
How about an iPhone?
No.
How about you? None of your friends or any of your aunts or uncles have those?
My aunt.
Yeah, so maybe he's played that. This is probably the hardest one to get on because it's very unique. Sometimes it takes a little extra effort, and they guard their material very well. So, which means that you have to pass a certain quality as well as other requirements to get onto. What do you think about going to the Apple? And just in your general thoughts.
Nothing.
Nothing. You don't have any thoughts?
No.
All right. Well, then let's move on to Google Play, which is for the Android. So this could go on my phone. This could go on a tablet. You use Chromebooks at school, right?
Yeah.
So we had that possibility too.
That's the only device we use at school.
What? Okay.
A Chromebook.
So what do you think about putting ours on this one?
I don't really care.
You don't really care? All right, we'll get your opinion at the end then. So Google's actually one of the easiest ones to put on. So that one we're leaning on. And once you put it on Google, we can put it on this one, which is the Amazon store, which you can put on the Kindle Fires and those type of tablets. They don't have phones available. They don't have as big a market, but they do have less apps on them, so you're competing with less apps. So this is probably, if I go the Google route, I may also do this, because essentially a Kindle Fires operating system is a modified version of the Google Droid Chrome, essentially, operating system.
Funny enough, I don't have any of these games on the top row.
What? You have Five Nights at Freddy's though.
No,
but not 4. Oh, you stopped at 3. Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow, Jurassic World. Hey, you do have that
on my Xbox.
On your Xbox, which is also another possibility, which we talk about in terms of the Microsoft Store. So let's take a look at that. Say that again.
Why are they all shooting water guns?
These, I think these are hardware for the Xbox, and so it's not. I don't think water comes out of it. It's just probably some type of ray that gets reacted to. I actually, to be honest, we have a 360, but that's as far as we've gone. So we haven't done the Connect or any of that stuff here at home. Yeah. So this would be one place we could go for Xbox games. I just published something on this today, but it was not a game. It was just a regular old app. Mm-hmm. So we are going to...
Dada, what was the app called?
Well, I'm glad you asked, David. It was called File Snatch, which is available now.
In the item shop.
That's right. Right. So I think by the time you see this, there's a paid and a free version, so you can look into that. So I know how to get on there. That was one of the reasons why I made that app, was so I could try to put something on the Microsoft Store and see how hard it was to put something on, and see how get a feel for how many people use the Microsoft Store. So we'll get back to you on that maybe later. Where else do you play your games?
I play my games from the App Store.
Yeah, on Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
And that's why he was saying he's surprised he didn't see any ones he's played so far, but maybe because they keep all the ones that we took off. The last idea is we could put this directly onto Congregate, which is a website where you actually play the games on the site itself. You don't need...
Oh, so like the games you don't have to even pay for, like you just go on.
Right, yeah, they could have we could do a essentially free version. I think they do have paid ones as well. But yeah, you can just go ahead and click on.
Yeah, I have tons, like I play tons of those. I like Run 3 and Vex.
So there we'd go directly to it, and it'd be free, and we could put it up. And they take Flash, which we originally made our prototype in, which is now Animate, but we could still do that. But one of the nice things, if we go that route, then we could make it for Animate, we could make it for Google, we can make it for Kindle. And it's not that necessarily that hard to jump from each one using Adobe Animate. So if you had to put any of these guys, if you could publish on any one of these guys, what would you pick, David?
I don't know, the one where I can buy it.
Where you can, you mean where it's going to be available is what you're saying.
Yeah, where it's going to be available.
So you'd want the Kindle. Yeah, I could put it on my phone. You can do it on Google Play. So those would be there. And that's actually kind of the last thing, is that where is it going to be most available? Google Play obviously reaches a lot of people. Should we put it on Steam now? That's another idea, but I don't think we're ready for Steam yet.
I don't even know what Steam is.
Okay. Oh, Epic's game launcher. We could put it on Epic's. You know what that is.
Yeah, I could just put it.
Yeah, so Steam's kind of like that. They have a store on Steam, and they have a store with Epic, and you can put your games on. So those are some other possibilities. I think we're not quite ready for the Steam or Epic part yet, but I think this Congregate would be fine, and the rest of the ones we showed today would be fine. I think the hardest one for us would probably be iTunes. So I'm guessing I'm leaning against that, but we'd be more than willing to take advice via the comments below.
Yeah, down there.
All right. Do you have anything left to say?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And what's our next topic?
Our next topic is, I don't know. It's a mystery.
A mystery for next topic. All right. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.